So I went on a little vacation this past weekend to spend some time with my family, and I got home to a very big surprise, and that is that I got not one, but two of the Rippaverse comics that I had pre-ordered, and I decided to go ahead and do a little fun bonus video for everyone as I do my review of the second issue of the Horseman. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Berry. Welcome back to the StudioJake vidcast. I am so excited to have you here today. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and be sure to comment down below on what you think, because I am a huge fan of the Rippaverse. I make no sort of hesitation on that. Everyone who watches the channel knows how much I enjoy their comics and how much I love reviewing them. And the Rippafest has been such a fun time. I did 3 bonus Rippaverse videos, more than I usually would do, but I wanted to celebrate the Rippafest with all my fellow Rippaverse fans. So as an add-on to that, I'm going to be reviewing The Horseman issue number 2, written by Chuck Dixon and drawn by Joe Bennett. And by the way, you can find this review for The Horseman issue number 2 on my Substack, studiojakemedia.substack.com. The Rippaverse has released issue 2 of The Horseman. Chuck Dixon returns to write and Joe Bennett illustrates once again. Jay Brown tackled the coloring for this comic book. Hector has donned the armor of the Horseman once again and is waging a war on the gangs of Flores Park. He is backed by the billionaire Cal Buxton, who provides weapons and technology. After a rough mission and barely dodging the Alpha Corps member Braxwell, the Horseman continues to fight. Little does he know that treachery is afoot. I always like when I can use the word afoot in a review. Anyway, continuing on. Bennett and Dixon return as the dynamic duo for the street-level hero known as the Horseman. These two have some excellent chemistry, which definitely comes out in this continuation. The artwork is superb. Bennett is always excellent, but how he draws this adventure definitely brought out his best. There is a scene where the Horseman bursts into a printing service that houses a criminal enterprise. The full-page image of the hero charging in was my favorite moment in the illustrations. It captured the brutality of the comic. It goes without saying that Dixon nailed it. The story builds on the first 2 perfectly and sets up for another one with ease. He also introduces us to a new villainess called Duel. She is teased, so the Horseman does not encounter her, but I await their inevitable showdown. Now, I do wish we had more moments with Hector's family, but I have a feeling we will see more from them very soon. This one also has an interesting twist at the end that I have a feeling will bring some repercussions. The story is brutal, intense, and just what you need from a street-level vigilante. And of course, I highlight cover A from Edu Souza and James Frank. That was my favorite of the 4 that they released. More about that later. It is no secret that Chuck Dixon enjoys writing these sort of street-level vigilantes. His popular book series, the Levin's Trade book series, which, by the way, Levin's Trade, the first book in that series, became a film starring Jason Statham called A Working Man. It's available on Prime Video. I highly recommend it. I saw it in theaters and loved it. But back to The Horseman. Like I said, Dixon is incredible at the street-level vigilantes, and The Horseman really shows it. I love how he gives Hector this drive to do the right thing, how he is trying to figure out how to navigate being a hero while also being a good uncle to his nephew and a good support system to his sister. He really strives to do right by them, but his heroing sort of gets in that way. I like that family aspect of it, and Dixon just throws us in there. And I really enjoyed that there was a tease about Big Tuna. You discover something interesting about him, and as you know, he was very violently taken out by the Horseman in Horseman number 1, but there was something revealed about him that he might have a bigger family than once thought. Now, I'm also interested in this Duel character. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, because I think she is going to be like a really important character later on, not just to the Horseman, but perhaps broader in the Rippaverse. And this is no spoiler, but this is her, and Yeah, I think she's gonna rock it. She's definitely got that villainous femme fatale sort of vibe to her. I think she is going to really just bring out some evilness, shall we say, in the Rippaverse. And Dixon, man, top at the game. He is an incredible writer, and this story just grips you and does not let you go. You are taken for a wild ride, and one I think you will enjoy. Just as impressive is the artwork by Joe Bennett. He is always a crowd pleaser, and in my opinion, I think that he does incredible with his illustrations. He has, of course, done other things in the Rippaverse besides the Horseman. I highly recommend you check out his work in Alpha Core as well as the Horseman, but some of his other work within the Rippaverse is just top notch, but it really comes out here. Just look at this huge spread of the Horseman. It is so detailed, it is so slick, it is so nice. I just think that Dixon really captures that street level brutality in his artwork that is in the Horseman. It really just rattles you. It really brings you into the story. It makes it pop. I say that a lot. I think that art should pop when it comes to comic books. What I mean by that is it should just surprise you when you open the page and you're like, whoa, action just popped. That's what I mean by that. Mark that as a sort of Jacobism. But anyway, back to the cover. So I touched on this cover. There was a lot of amazing covers, and I really had a tough time narrowing down which ones that I wanted, but I ultimately went with this one. So I like this sort of classic superhero charging from the rooftops. It is so well done. It is so well drawn, and I just want to applaud the cover artist behind this variation, behind this variant. The Rippaverse usually does 4 to 5 variant covers of their comic books, and like I said, I decided to go with this one even though it was really hard because I like this sort of classic look, and it nails that. It nails this classic look for the Horsemen, what they were going for, and I just think that it is one that you will not want to miss, one that you will definitely add to your collection. I think it'll work well with that. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, so I don't want to give away too many details, but there was a huge betrayal that just shocks you when you're reading this comic. Maybe some people did see it coming. I kind of was suspicious, but it still was kind of the hope that this betrayal wouldn't happen. And I guarantee you, you're going to go, whoa, as soon as you see it. Because whether you were expecting it or not, you still didn't want it to happen, and it did. And it just added to what makes the Horseman such a compelling and thrilling character. As a fan, I have enjoyed doing the Rippaverse videos very much. I really appreciate the good feedback I got from my Batman in the Rippaverse video that I did, and even the trolls. You are welcome to comment too. Just don't expect, not to get pushback from your troll comments, but you're all welcome. I want to thank all of you who watched those videos. You all rock. You are all awesome. And I really enjoyed the Rippaverse. So, Rippaverse team, if you watched this video, I had such a good time doing the Rippafest. I really hope you do something like this again. And I do hope there is more opportunity for those of us who are not inclined to be artists, whether through a lack of talent or lack of interest, whatever the case may be. But I had a great time doing the videos for the Rippaverse. Thank you again. You always listen to the fans and you try to give us what we want, and I appreciate that in the company. And the Rippaverse has gotten me excited for comics, especially when they're churning out such incredible works like Chuck Dixon and Joe Bennett's The Horseman. If you like that video, be sure to give it a like, share it out to all your friends, leave me a comment what you think, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, ring the little bell to get notifications when I post a new video, and check out my community tab where I post links to my new website. Speaking of which, if you want to support me in the work that I do, that new website is the best way to go about it. It's studiojakemedia.substack.com. The link is in the description of the video. You can subscribe at different tiers that unlock different perks, including being able to choose the topic for the website or here on the YouTube channel and the Rumble channel. That's a pretty good deal. So check those out. I really appreciate it. It really is a great moment when I see I've gotten a new subscriber. So thank you. On that same website, there's a conveniently titled Buy My Books section. It's where you can pick up 1 or all 4 of my novels. They're all over the place, but you can get them all on Amazon.com. I hope you do. I hope you leave me a 5-star review. It really helps out small indie creators like myself. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, follow lights, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing? Cause I've been living life right like I could just die